Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are debating if marijuana should be decriminalized. And as my opponent already said, it's different from it being legalized. And I really want to emphasize on that point. Decriminalization is not the same thing as legalization. I don't want marijuana to be decriminalized because I want it to be legalized. Some criminal penalties to it. So in other words, if marijuana were to be found on someone, if someone were to be found possessing marijuana or using marijuana, marijuana had been decriminalized, then they would be fined, maybe even sent to a psychiatric institution, but they would not be sent to jail. But if it were entirely legal, there would be no penalty whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, I agree with actually many of the points that my opponent makes, but the thing is, my opponent is advocating for is a semi-legal system around marijuana. My opponent wants us to decriminalize marijuana, but decriminalization implicitly states that it is still illegal. Basically, my opponent is proposing a half-assed solution to the problem. Today, I think that it should not be illegal at all.
Guys, please maintain decorum.
We would not need to decriminalize it. By decriminalizing it, we essentially still have the same problem, the wide and the rampant and the illegal use of the drug. There are many other great benefits to legalizing marijuana. Legalizing would mean revenue for the government from taxes. And I have 6 words to say to that. More money, more money, more money. The use of marijuana is actually reduced in those places. And if you guys know that medical marijuana is still illegal, I mean, come on, this is for medicinal purposes. How can you still keep it illegal? Don't decriminalize it, make it legal. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like marijuana, if you promote its use, then vote on today. Because decriminalization does not help anyone. Marijuana use would still be illegal, and there would still be widespread crime relating to it. And if you dislike marijuana, if you think that marijuana is a harm to our society, then you should still vote con today. Because examples of places that have legalized marijuana have shown that legalizing actually reduces the drug use and the related crime rates of marijuana fall a lot. And the thing is that once it's legal, the government can regulate it. There is no scenario in which decriminalization is a good thing. We need to legalize it because it's a win-win situation for all. To sum it all up, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of if you think that marijuana is good or whether marijuana is bad, you must vote con today. You have to understand that no matter what we do, if we legalize it, if we don't legalize it, if we decriminalize it, if we don't decriminalize it, people will still use and distribute marijuana. There's nothing we can do about that. But if you hate marijuana, then you want to legalize it and not decriminalize it. Legalizing it will lower the use and it will increase regulation. And if you like marijuana, you don't want to decriminalize it, you want to legalize it, you don't want to half-ass it. Decriminalization is just a low-effort solution that doesn't really fix any problem. And it still leaves marijuana illegal. So all of you should vote on today. Thank you very much.
Sorry, guys.
You're aware that in fact studies have shown that it is not a gateway.
Oh, no, I'm gonna just
The speaker would not like to disclose that. The thing is, my personal opinion doesn't really matter, and this debate is just about whether or not it should be decriminalized. So I'd rather talk about
One minute left. Do we have any more questions from the audience? I'm sorry.
I mean, it goes both ways because the thing is, decriminalization is not really going to get us anywhere. And voting today includes legalizing because it's vote today. That means you're voting against legalizing it. Because decriminalization is not the same thing as legalization. So if you vote pro today, you're voting against legalization. If you vote con today, that also includes legalization. And it includes against decriminalization.
What's the difference between legalization and decriminalization?
I'm not sure if you were here for the first half of my speech, but I spent the first 2 minutes of my speech explaining the difference between decriminalization and legalization.
All right. Who's not asking? Okay. Go over there.
Legalized, what would drug dealers sell?
Guys.
Oh, if weed was legalized, or marijuana was legalized, what would drug dealers sell? Weed was legalized, right? And there are drug dealers start selling because they need money. Since weed is legalized,
Then they can open a legitimate business and sell marijuana legally. No, they can't put a limit to the use. They can regulate it. They can. Because the thing is, marijuana is a multi-billion-dollar industry right now, and if it were to be legalized, it would be second, maybe even like first to the cigarette and the tobacco business. And the government really would not want to miss out on such money-paying industry.
All right, guys. Speaker's time is elapsed. Is there a motion to extend speaker's time?
By four.
Oh, yes.